let's talk about something that I know every parent deals with: guilt. Whether you have snapped at your kids when you were just way too tired or felt like you did not give them enough attention, we have all been there. Parenting guilt can creep up in the smallest moments, making us question if we're even doing enough or if we are failing as a parent. So, what if you could break free from that guilt instead of letting it take over? What if you could start seeing your parenting journey through a different lens? One that is filled with grace and self compassion instead of constant self judgment. In this video, I am going to walk you through how to break free from the parenting guilt trap with some science backed strategies that you can start using today. You will not only feel better, but you will also feel more confident and empowered in your role as a parent. Recognize that guilt is not the enemy. We all feel guilty from time to time, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's pretty normal. But it's important to remember that guilt does not mean you are a bad parent. It just means that you care. So instead of letting guilt paralyze you, start by acknowledging it as an emotion. That's part of being human, not a reflection of your worth as a parent. Let's say that you forgot to pack your kids' lunch or you missed a school meeting. Those moments can make guilt feel heavy. But here's the deal: guilt does not define you, it is a signal that you care. And from that point, you can choose how to respond. Instead of letting it spiral, just take a breath, acknowledge the feeling, and move forward. Reframe your expectations. Let's face it, parenting is very messy. It's chaotic and it's anything but perfect. We can get stuck in the trap of thinking that if we're not doing everything just right, that we are failing. But that's just not true. What if you could let go of the idea of being perfect parenting? What if you gave yourself permission to be human, to make mistakes, and to learn along the way? Perfection does not exist. And when you release that expectation, you free yourself from a lot of unnecessary guilt. Think about it this way: your kids don't need you to be perfect, they need you to be present, real, and loving. They need a parent who is doing their best, not one who is trying to check off every box on a list of impossible standards. Practice self compassion. Here's where we tend to get stuck. We're really hard on ourselves. It's so easy to criticize yourself when things don't go as planned. But here's the truth: self compassion is one of the most powerful tools that you can use. When you make a mistake, instead of beating yourself up, practice being kind to yourself. Treat yourself like you would a friend. You would not tell a friend that they are a failure for having a rough day. So why tell yourself that? Just say to yourself, hey, I did my best today. Tomorrow is a new day and I will keep trying. This simple act of kindness can shift your mindset, reduce that nagging guilt, and help you approach the next challenge with a fresh perspective. Set boundaries with calm confidence. One thing that can fuel parenting guilt is when we don't set clear boundaries. We want to be the good parent, so we try to avoid conflict. But the truth is, setting boundaries is essential for both you and your kids to thrive. Here's how to do it without the guilt. When your child is testing limits, stay calm and assertive. And instead of feeling guilty for saying no, recognize that boundaries are healthy and necessary. For example, if your child is throwing a fit because they don't want to go to bed, calmly say, I know you are not happy about bedtime, but it is time. We will talk about it more tomorrow. You are setting a clear boundary while also showing empathy for their feelings. When you do this consistently, your child will learn that boundaries don't mean rejection. They just mean respect for everyone's needs. Celebrate your wins, both big and small. You might feel guilty because you think you are not doing enough. but I bet you are doing more than you give yourself credit for. Take a minute to recognize what you are doing right. Are your kids healthy? Are they loved? Are they safe? Those are huge wins. Even small wins count. Did you manage to get everyone out of the door on time? Even if it was a bit of a scramble. Did you stay calm during a meltdown? Did you manage to get a few moments of self care in today? All of these things matter and they all deserve recognition. Shift your focus from what you did not do to what you did. This positive reinforcement not only boosts your mood, but it also helps you see the progress that you have made. You are doing great, and it's very important to remind yourself of that. Conclusion. So, to recap, guilt is normal, but it does not have to control you. Let go of the expectation of perfection and embrace progress. Be kind to yourself, just like you would to a friend. Set boundaries with calm confidence and empathy. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Parenting does not come with a manual, and it's perfectly okay to not have everything figured out. What matters most is showing up, trying your best, and being kind to yourself along the way. You are not alone in this journey, and breaking free from guilt is one step closer to the empowered, balanced parenting life that you deserve. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I would love to hear your thoughts. What helps you break free from parenting guilt? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. You have got this, and I will see you in the next video.